Alrighty, we are back. It's Thursday, and we are going to continue working on the Zaku II. I have done a little bit off stream with him. I just couldn't help myself. Put a little bit of the leg armor on, and I did the power tubes last night while I was sitting here on a Discord call. They came out nicely, lots of filing, and sliding them off the runner. They're kind of a pain in the butt, so I'm glad I didn't do them on stream. Go ahead and pop these out. Hopefully without ripping it apart. But there we go. Now we are going to start working on the leg armor for these guys. Got this little foot armor piece. Then we'll do the lower leg armor, and we might get started on the waist unit. Who knows how far we will make today. On another stream for a bit yesterday afternoon, I was playing some Gundam Evo with a few other streamers, having a great time. I almost put it on my stream, but my computer was not super happy with just being on a Discord call and playing Gundam Evo, so I decided it might be best for the health of my system to not try to stream that to you. Plus, I am absolutely horrible at that game, so unless you want to see me repeatedly die, get a really close look at the respawn screen. Not have been very enjoyable. But, you know, that's why my name is Purple Sucks at Games. Because I do actually suck at games. Getting quite a bit of this nub rubbed off. Tried doing a little panel lining on the leg before I started the stream using one of the Gundam markers that I can't seem to find. I don't know where I sat it, but it's the kind of the brush type gray one. It just was not taking, so I think I'm gonna have to come back in with my Tamiya after I get this kit pretty much fully built, and I will throw some panel line in there and probably a little bit of top coat. But we've got that one. There we are. We've got that upper foot cover on there. It's looking good. And we'll pop over here to the other side. Grab some tape to clean my sander with real quick. Just in another guy's stream right before I started this, and was also using a different brand of glass file and not getting the results he was hoping for. So I gave him the quick tip of making sure to leave about a 1/16 inch nub before you start filing, and it made a world of difference for him. So try to put that up there. So yep, you can see those nice fatty nubs I'm leaving. And we'll hit it with the eraser real quick. Good angle so I can actually grab a hold of it. sandy, sandy away. On those I left about 1/8 of an inch, so a little bit more than it's necessary, but more strokes. There we are. Might not be able to see it too well because the camera hates focusing for me, but there is no noticeable nub left. Come back in with a couple more strokes. Absolutely smooth, but you can kind of feel it on the file when you've got it to the right point. Hit those with the balancer real quick. And we will grab the recover cloth. It's such a interesting piece of kit. Piece of fabric that brings it right back to the OEM finish. I will admit, when I first got the set, I didn't believe that that would do anything. Like, oh, that little piece of fabric, it's worthless. It's just in there to kind of fill out the kit, make it look nice. But I was proven wrong. That thing is the lifesaver. How much it is able to bring back that perfect factory finish to the plastic. I went ahead and separated those that one leg runner into two, because I wanted to pull the little Char's figures off. That way I can set them aside without risk of losing them. I would like to someday start painting all my MG figures, but I am not at that level of brush painting yet. I did one for my 00, and he's just a little colorful blob. But if you're just joining us, we are working on the lower leg armor for these bad boys. A lot of sanding. I wish I had just slightly smaller glass file to get into some of these radius and curved areas. Perfect. Thankfully, I don't have to worry about it taking off too much plastic most of the time. That's really handy. There, maybe? That goes right up there at the back of the knee. One. Same, I don't think it matters too much which side I grab. But hope everybody's having a good Thursday. Hopefully the hurricane did not hit you, or if you're a little bit north, hopefully it's not coming at you now. Oh. Been chatting with a buddy of mine. His parents have lost their house in southwest Florida. And where he lives at, the storm is actually heading his direction. So he's dealing with his parents now, have lost their home, and he is getting prepared to see what's going to happen to himself. Definitely, keep all the people that are being affected in your thoughts. Pretty brutal. I was watching a lot of the live coverage of the storm last night, or yesterday afternoon, I guess I would say. Really bad for a lot of people down there in Florida. Oh, that's a little bit of a squeaky noise. Sorry if that right in your guys' ears. Headphones on, so I really can't hear it until it just gets brutally loud. I've got my mic away from it, so hopefully not too brutal for anybody watching. I was really excited for them to announce the new kits yesterday. Master Grade SD Freedom and the new Verkaz Zeta. Zeta looks really interesting. I don't think I'm going to be in a huge hurry to pick it up, but it is a nice looking kit. That new SD really jumped out at me. So I think I am going to start looking to put a pre-order in on that kit. It'll be my first ever SD kit. Normally that chibi style doesn't really appeal to me, especially having a kit that doesn't really pose very well. But I was looking at some of the pictures that Bandai was putting out today on Instagram, and it looks really nice. I've got the Master Grade Freedom in my backlog, and I built the Real Grade Freedom a couple of weeks ago. So I think it'll be nice to be able to display 3 different scales of the same Freedom kit. Good time to be a Gundam fan. We've got kits coming out, new Verkaz, whole new grade of kits coming out, and starting Sunday, at least I think it's Sunday that the first episode is going to air, we've got a new series, A Witch from Mercury. Everything I'm hearing says it's going to be on Crunchyroll as well. They're going to be live simulcasting it on there. I think I'm going to renew my Crunchyroll subscription, re-download the app, just to be able to watch that. Heard a lot of people say it's going to be kind of a school drama type show. Be kind of an interesting change in the Gundam universe. That is coming along pretty nicely. Don't know if anybody else is excited for The Witch from Mercury. Seeing a few of the high grades getting built. They look incredible. Even if I don't like the show, I think I'm gonna end up picking up a few of the kits. Stars bell bottom. And I also saw that they have a bunch of new Dones Island high grades coming out. And it looked like there's a handful of Zaku's in the press release pictures. I am incredibly excited for the ground type Zaku's. I feel like I'm going to probably end up buying every design they do and probably multiples of most of the Zaku's. They are so cool looking. Nubs off nice and quick. I can throw it on the leg and show you a little comparison to the other Zaku built recently. Dozel Zabi's Principality of Zeon custom Zaku kit. Nubs are nice and far. Meshes up nicely. You can see kind of the hole on the bell bottom as the point, and it's got the cutouts for the exhaust. And then that is the Zabi one. There we go. Tweak his leg around. It's got less funnels, and they're a lot higher up in the leg. And that's just a straight cut across the back, so kind of neat how the Jar Custom has so much actual custom to it. Front shoulder up. I'll put the little thruster tips on there, so the whole leg looks like once it's thankfully, Twitch doesn't seem to be having issues today. I know it was having a lot of problems for earlier yesterday. It with tape again. These files, as soon as they feel like they're not cutting quite as nicely and quickly as you want them to, hit them with a little bit of tape and they're back to being just like brand new. So useful. Sand it off. I am going to mute a couple of Discord channels because they keep dinging right into my ear. Hopefully it's not coming through to Team. sure I have all the Discord muted on my stream setup. I had originally planned on having a shoulder cam for today's stream, but I accidentally forgot and left the ball head that I was going to use for the camera at work. I think I'm going to pick it up tomorrow, and on next stream, which is scheduled for Tuesday. Yeah, it should be scheduled for Tuesday. I might do a Saturday or a Sunday stream. Don't know what day yet this weekend, but I usually try to throw in at least one over the weekend. But I will be most likely testing out the new shoulder cam. Oh yeah, look at that. Coming along nicely, looking incredible. If I can put that back in. A little bit of pressure from the Q-tip and it slips in there perfectly. Now we've got one almost perfectly completed Zaku leg. Nope. Of my homies trying to get me to play a game with him. I will do, but it'll be a little bit later. Bunch of people I play other games with have started getting into a certain children's game. So they are now all addicted. So it gets a little tough sometimes because everybody always wants to play Fortnite. Feel like every time I did part, but I feel like every time I'm online, I get sucked into playing Fortnite with a bunch of other old guys. Whole group of us that talked crap about that game for years. They brought the no build, and now we're all addicted for getting to be Fortnite masters. Don't know if I should weathering on this. I have thought about it. I've done so many Zaku 2s, so many red Chars kits. Guess I'm gonna have to finish it up, then kind of decide if nice and clean like my Dilzel Zabi, or if I want to do a little bit of weathering. Just have something slightly different than all my other Zaku 2. There we go. That is one Zaku. Oh, and oh, little funnels. That's the problem. So excited about getting one part of it done, I almost missed another part of it. About these nozzles. Favorite little things to sand because they're so tiny and tough to get a good grip on. I feel like I sand away as much of my fingertip and fingernail as I do the actual. I was working on a Zaku II sniper high grade a couple of streams ago, and I have decided kind of pull that one back because I've got a little bit of a plan for it. So if you were in when I was working on it the other day, haven't forgotten about it. I just decided to go with a bit of a different plan. I've got it set back in the box. I am planning on picking up a couple of paints, doing a little bit of customization on that guy. A lot of times I just do more of a straight build with panel lining. That Zaku one, just something about it jumped out at me. Custom work done. Pretty close with on that nub. Fingertips are hiding the nubs from me. And if the microphone or the music aren't balanced very well, please let me know. Tried to cut the mic back a little bit because I noticed on one of my previous VODs, overwhelmingly loud. Try a slightly different position on the microphone. Can't hear me, or if I sound terrible, please throw something in chat and I will see what I can do to make things a little bit better. Hope I had a nice, quick, easy day at work. Able to get home a little earlier than normal. I'm not starting the stream 5 minutes after the scheduled time. Not always uncommon for me. I was hopping on to play Evo last night on somebody else's stream. I was about 30 minutes later than what I had originally planned with them on showing up, but worked out pretty well. We had some other people in the lobby, and they had to leave to go do some other things right when I was coming in. So it was a nice little shift change on the stream. But there we go. We now have all three of those little funnels in. Got his leg looking nice. Really good articulation on this bad boy. Pull that back up. Put it there. For ending. mute one channel and two more start going crazy. Normally I have my Discord totally turned off when I'm building and streaming, but I've been getting some updates about the storm, how a buddy of mine's family is doing through it. Which I hope everyone here made it through the storm safely, or any family and friends that were down there made it through safely, and they're in the South Carolina region where it seems to be heading next. So be careful. Secure your property and your pets and anything else like that that's important, because these storms can do a ton of damage. If I were at the affiliate level or anything like that, I would probably be doing the little donation bar, but I'm not good enough at Twitch to know how that stuff even works. Pretty decent progress. Like so far. What kits are you guys working on, if you've got any projects going? And what kits recommend think I should be building? I am always looking for new kit ideas. Hold on, why am I not smart enough to find the slot for the leg armor? A little more tape. And real nice. There we go. Now we're cooking with gas again. Yeah. Don't know if you can see, but the file's getting so loaded up with pink dust. I think I'm going to end up breaking down and buying the bigger version of this as well. Got one that's about 2 times as wide as this one is. I've been avoiding purchasing it, but I think I'm going to have to break down and finally grab it, just because doing much sanding as I do, a little extra surface area, I think, help me get a little bit more use out of it between cleanings. I think when I get the shoulder cam, I'm gonna mess with this primary cam, try to get a little bit better of a zoom for you guys. Right now, I'm noticing on the little stream preview, a little further back than what I normally would want. Got that nice. 3 nub marks are gone. Right back in its little hole. Grab right nippers. Spoiled for choice when it comes with my nippers. Got the USA Gundam stores that I'm using right now. And I've got the God Hand and then the God Hand 125. These are the double-bladed nippers. I think they're $16 or $17. They are great for cutting runners or doing big initial cuts, but tail work they definitely. I hard enough to bring a drink. Started the stream. Bit distracted. Here in a few minutes, I'm gonna mute my microphone and go grab something to drink real quick. All this building and talking dries a man out pretty fast. But if you're just joining us, are there any kits saw in the release the other day that you're excited about? Haven't seen them yet. I believe Bandai Spirits on YouTube. They should have some video of master grade Berka Zeta Gundam. Like it has the transformation mode and everything. So that might end up being really, really cool. I don't think it's going to be the #1 on my order list, but sure I will end up grabbing that one. Oh, yeah, I guess there's that little panel gap there. Sometimes on these they will leave a little panel gap, make it look like it's been panel lined even when you haven't. Not leave too much nub on there. Bell bottom nice and smooth. Haven't already, feel free to check out the About Me section. There's a link to my Instagram where I show off pictures of my builds. They're done, and sometimes even when they're in progress. Haven't added anything for the past few days. nice pictures of the messer that I built last week. Probably be some pictures of this Zaku. On today's progress, if I get him to a point where I think I can take some pictures of him. Be along pretty good. Making some decent progress on today's stream. Sometimes they put the gate the worst little spot for me to try to sand it. See nub marks after I'm done with it. I'm going to say that you don't. I don't have kits on my shelf that I can see the nub marks from 3 feet away, but try to improve my technique on every kit I build. We've got that front part. Widen that bell bottom. That matches up nice and smooth. And we will hop right over here. Grab these 3 little exhaust or funnels or thrusters, I guess. And we'll call them thrusters. That's a good word for them. Went on a little bit of a shopping spree the past few days. Put in 6 or 7 more kits for building here on stream. I just had my new Gundam Verkosh show up last night after having to fight with UPS in the post office for longer than was necessary because neither one of them wanted to claim that they actually had it. Starting to get a little worried that I was going to have to file a claim and reorder it. Finally, we're to me, so. Oh, what's up, Dynamace? The build is coming along nicely. I was just talking about how I got my Verka new Gundam in last night, sitting downstairs on top of the box for the Sazabi. But we've got legs. Whoa, there we go. Got legs coming along. One leg is done, the other one is getting close. Must have made it to your destination. Down to visit your sister. Hopefully you're having a good time. Enjoying the beautiful weather there. Thankfully, I don't think you'll be in the direct path of the storm, but you might be getting some rain here in a couple days. You're exhausted. Yeah, flying all day will do that to you. Especially when you haven't flown for quite a while. Oh, heavy rain tomorrow. Okay. Coming in you guys quicker than I thought. Got a friend in South Carolina who is currently preparing to lose power. Trying to get all of his stuff kind of set up and ready. And he's got a lot of things kind of pre-packed in his car in case he has to dip out when the power goes off. Late tomorrow, yeah. Be careful. Stay away from roads that are covered in water and all that other stuff. Don't want you getting caught in a flood. That thruster. Perfect. We got all 3 thrusters on that leg in the back. A runner. Here we go. Too bad you didn't listen when. Too bad she didn't listen when you said to get a truck. I mean, you've got to have a truck. Even if it's not your main vehicle. Just having an old beater truck is so worth it. Something for those couple times a year when you really need a truck. He has a small car for getting into lots. Yup. That's what my daughter has. She's got one of those tiny Chevy cars. Looks like it's about the size of a Beetle. And a couple of motivated guys could probably lift it off the ground. But it does get good gas mileage, so that's what matters. Yeah, see, you've got a small car and a crew cab truck. That's the key. Like my cars, they're a ton of fun to drive. But I also make sure I have a truck in my driveway. There are times where I need to have a truck. Cruise, it might be. It's one of those itty bitty Chevy Sonic Cruise Spark. I don't remember which one, but it's a little itty bitty car. Not the worst thing to drive. I've driven it around a few times. But it's about one size bigger than a smart car. Which are actually surprisingly fun. Cruise is the size of a Civic. Then no, it's not the Cruise. Yeah, no, it's definitely not the Cruise, because I know somebody who has a diesel Chevy Cruise. Which is actually a really neat car. Mainly because it's diesel and they get like 53 miles to the gallon with it. So yeah, it's probably the Sonic or the Spark. Gonna be one of the smaller ones. Runner. Over in the other pile of shame. Nine. You looked at a diesel manual Cruise before your Civic. They're nice cars. My friend who has it loves it. He has like an hour and a half commute each day for work. So when he was shopping, fuel economy was pretty much his only selling point. He got it in an automatic, again, because he's got such a drive for work every day. Other vehicle that he drives most of the time for fun is a Chevy Camaro. And it's quick, but visibility out of that car is some of the worst I've ever experienced. Every time I've driven it, I feel like I'm going to run over a small child on a tricycle. Moving on to this waste unit. Hopefully I can get it done so I can have the legs kind of standing connected. Always am happy when I can get my kit standing on its own. I don't like it when they tell me to build the head and chest first. Then I end up with a chest that's just sitting there. Nothing to keep it off the table. Can't even work on a kit tonight? Oh, that's unfortunate. Gotta get like a little entry grade or something to travel with. I was thinking for the next time I fly, because I've ordered a couple of entry grades. But I keep thinking, I'm like, next time I'm flying, I think I might gonna bring some, maybe some nippers if they'll let me, and an entry grade, and just build a kit on the plane as we're going along. Really get some funny looks on the airplane. I actually haven't tried flying with my nippers yet. I always take carry-ons. Try not to check bags unless it's absolutely necessary. I'm kind of curious if they'll let me take my god hands on the airplane. No tools, no kits, no work area. Oof. I mean, you know, kitchen counters. Any table in the house. You had a carry-on and a backpack. Yep, that's normally my setup, is a laptop bag. Oh, fuck. Got it, nice. Is a carry-on and a laptop bag. And sometimes I will fly with got a big camera bag as well that I take a lot of times as a backpack. And I just basically treat my laptop bag as like a purse, because you're allowed with, at least with the carrier that I use. You're allowed like a purse, a backpack, and a carry-on a lot of times. So sometimes I end up with my big massive camera bag and my laptop bag, and I always seem to get pulled aside for extra screening because they run it through the machine and they just see tons of electronics and wires everywhere. Such a pain, especially last time I flew out of California. TSA agent wanted to pull everything out of my camera bag and then just leave it all piled there. So it took me probably 10 minutes to get everything back where it goes and sealed up and looking correctly. I will admit, I got a little grumpy with her because I could see on the screen what she was looking at to make her pull my bag. I'm like, does that not look like a bag full of camera equipment to you? What in the world did you think that was that justified ripping all of this apart? I had MacBook in there, 5 or 6 lenses, camera body, filters, just tons of my camera equipment. You felt the need to rip every bit of it apart and then just kind of plop it right on top of the bag. The TSA is kind of a joke. I won't even say kind of. They are an absolute joke. I've known enough TSA agents to know that they are a bunch of people that work for government benefits. That's all they care about is their government retirement plan and stuff. They have a bad habit, from what I've seen on the news and stuff, of taking things. None of the people I knew would ever take stuff, but one of them, I asked him one time kind of how they were about people bringing on different things and what was the craziest stuff they found. And their response was, I don't care what you bring on the plane. I'm not going to be on that plane, so it doesn't bother me. But I have seen people being able to bring interesting things through TSA. One of my worst experiences with them was coming back from California with my wife a couple of years ago. We had gone to Mexico and she had bought some pottery and had it wrapped up in one of my suitcases. I totally forgotten about it. So they pulled me back in a room and they were questioning me about what's that pile of wrapped up stuff in your suitcase, that I literally had no clue what it was. And they really did not like me not knowing everything in my bag. I was acting a little bit upset that I would ever allow my wife to touch my suitcase before we traveled. That was about a 40-minute thing. I made an amputee remove their legs. Oof. Yeah, I think if I was in that situation, I would be put on the no-fly list. Because I would flip out if I were an amputee and wanted me to remove my legs. I know I've heard from a few people who are deaf and hard of hearing that they have made it incredibly tough for them. Had, no way of making any accommodations or sign language or anything like that. With my job, I've been able to get quite efficient with the TSA. It's just my electronics bags that they care about. I thankfully able to fly through some less populous airports, so usually I can make it through TSA in 5 to 6 minutes, which isn't bad at all, but they still are a complete joke of an agency. If I can off some of those mold marks. Oh, you're losing me. The connection isn't very good. Well, that's unfortunate. Feel free to, lose the connection and hang out with your sister. I know she's got big plans for you guys. Going to be doing every fun thing there is to do in her entire state. There we are. Nice front part of Char's armor. And I am gonna mute my mic real quick and put it on my be right back screen. Don't worry, it won't take me 10 minutes. It'll only take me like 1 minute to go grab a drink. Alrighty, I am back. There we go, the cam transferred over. Tonight's stream is being brought to you by Coors Light, Tap the Rockies, and whatever else their slogan is. That was what they had at my local store when I went in there the other day, so no fancy beers for me today. 13. Get the butt piece on there. I think I might have lost Dynamace. Oh, nope, Dynamace should still be in here. Might have lost somebody else, but it's okay by me. I am here to build Gunpla and talk to myself. Starting to get pretty good at it. Talking to myself, not building Gunpla. If I've got probably about 45 minutes to an hour left in the stream today, and I'm going to be popping over and playing some games with a few friends. I would stream that, but I will say we make fun of each other pretty bad, so Twitch terms of service might not agree with some of the things we say to each other. Don't want to get banned for bullying my friends. Seven. For 5 and 7. Oh. I have come to like the way they did the waist on this master grade, because the side parts of the skirt are able to fold back, and it really gives you some good articulation. Keep being careful of my mic that I don't smack it with my baseball cap. If I can find... There we go. Love the synthwave, but after a little bit they all start to sound the same. Armor's built up nice. Have half of a standing Zaku. I'll be able to throw him on my desk. There's Zaku. Been trying to restrain myself from ordering some of the P. Jones Island Zakus. It's just so nice with Zaku 1 with the battle damage. I know a couple people who ordered them with the first printing, so they've already got them and they're building them right now. It's making me a little jealous. Gonna do a double take to make sure I put that in the right position. Yep. Fold back over your skirt armor. 17. I'm gonna have to maybe break down and buy an Epidemic Sound subscription. Finding that a lot of this copyright free music is a little brutal. Or the is it Stream Beats or something on Spotify? They're not terrible, but get old very quick. Nice. Oh. an A19. Desk is going to be covered in pink dust by the time I get this kit finished. I can ignore that. Oh, you should be good now? Awesome, Dynamace. No worries. Where I'm at right now, it happens to me all the time. Or if I'm hop on somebody's stream while I'm still at work, and then when I go to leave, I'll lose connection for like 15 minutes. And it'll just keep starting to load and then buffer and start to load and buffer. I know what it feels like to have a poor connection. Yeah, you're going to be with your sister for a few days without building. Or are you going to be able to be back before like a Saturday or Sunday, or are you there for like a whole week? You usually get a weekend stream in. Where your flight back is on Tuesday. Oh, okay. And I don't know if there's any good Gundam shops down in North Carolina. No weekend stream. That's unfortunate. I know a lot of times when I travel, I have a really bad habit of buying Gundams. I will end up with a handful of kits that I didn't, but it was a Gundam store where I felt like I had to go in and support small businesses. Especially on the trips where I'm doing a lot of driving. Just to get out of the car, I'll stop into every single store I see that sells Gundam or even might sell Gundam. It up in a ton of Warhammer stores, hoping that they might have anything Gundam related. Oh, you're trying to find some? Yeah, they definitely kind of Google Maps Gundam, and if there's any like hobby Warhammer stores, I find a lot of times if you call those guys, if they don't sell Gundam, they can tell you who does. You know, the other day I was watching a stream and the guy said he was from Colorado. I'm going to be driving through there here in a few weeks. So I asked him what were some good Gundam stores. And he gave me really good recommendation. I think on that drive, I am definitely going to be picking up a handful of kits. I might even have to pick up a couple of like 30-minute missions and do like a hotel stream or something. Yeah, I would definitely recommend, call a couple. If you have to pick up a set of cheapo nippers and a hobby knife, gives you something. Maybe if you might be able to even find a shop that has like an entry grade, and then you could grab a couple of entry grades and build a Gundam with your sister. That would be fun. Now I've been thinking about picking up a couple of the RX-78 entry grades and building one with my wife. She's watched me build. She's working on puzzles and stuff. I think it would be fun for her and I to each build our own little granddaddy Gundam. I might pull out some of the paints and stuff and let her just go ham on it and see what she comes up with as someone who's never seen a Gundam show and has no clue about it at all. I can barely get her to not call these Transformers. Would be better building a Pokemon set. Those things actually look really cool. Some of those Pokeplods, yeah, and I saw the Eevee at what is it, Hobby Lobby? The one that sells like fabric and stuff. I stopped into one of those not too long ago, and they had the Pikachu kit and the Eevee kit. And I thought they were pretty neat. I didn't pick any up, but I thought they were pretty cool looking. Looking back, I probably should have grabbed a couple of them. Picked up a couple of the kits they had. Had one that I should have grabbed, but I didn't. They had the Fetty Zaku. The white Zaku II with the Fetty markings on it. But I passed on it, so hopefully the next time I make it into one, they'll still have that kit in stock, because they usually only keep, 4 or 5 different kits in their inventory. I've noticed you can go across the country and every one of them have the exact same kits in their inventory. Yeah, I think that would actually be a pretty good time for you and your sister to just grab a little Pokepla kit and hang out, build an Eevee and a Pikachu or something. Plus, then if people kind of understand what the appeal is, it might be easier to explain to them why you want a crazy $150 model kit for Christmas. Tell them that you need the perfect grade Granddaddy Gundam. Only like $400. It all done, looking beautiful. Then Master Grade 2.0, push it back quite a bit like that. It really opens up the articulation for the leg to go through there. Hopefully I don't drop them and break them. Hop on it. I'll just put that part out. There we go. Those. Alrighty, now we've got a whole legs and waist unit built. Oh, on the center point on my camera. Got that looking nice. Take advantage of the articulation a little bit. You can get a nice kind of high kick going. Tuck that part around. Good. Crouching position. There we are. That's a nice crouch position going. I'm gonna set that there. We don't have skirt armor pieces flying all over the place. I love the well-articulated kits. Oh, come on, focus, you damn camera. Oh, there we go. I think we are focused back on the table like it should be. Bit of a delay between the app and the Steam dashboard. It always takes me a second to tell when it's focused on there. 4. Yep, we've got a lower waist unit all completed with legs. I'll move my other Char Zaku over. So you can definitely see the kind of size and scale difference between the master grade and the real grade. It's almost like I have a thing for Zaku's, right? I feel like Bandai could just write Zaku on anything or Char's custom anything and I would buy it. They could sell me a Char's custom iPhone if they tried. Now we're going to start working on the chest body unit. What kind of progress we can get on this. Up this front chest piece. pt.2. Yeah, be pretty cool. Does she have a favorite evolution Dynamace? I know that's one of the things I always liked about Eevee in the old games. You could kind of decide what version you wanted to evolve it into. What was it? Jolteon, Flareon, and Vaporeon, maybe? Probably wrong, and anybody feel free to correct me in the chat. It's been many years since I've played the original Pokemon games. I think I might still have old Game Boy Color emulator on my PC. So I might, one of these days, if I run out of Gunpla to build, there's a chance I may fire up the emulator and stream Pokemon Red on Twitch. I'm sure that's still a very popular category. Pokemon games from the early 2000s. Or maybe even 90s, I don't remember. What was it, maybe 99? The original Pokemon games came out? Anybody in chat knows, feel free to tell me. Correct me on my Poke knowledge. Got a little smaller on that nub. I have to leave quite that much file down. Let's actually, while I'm noticing it on the stream, what about if we do that? That looks like it might actually be a better view for everybody. Oh yeah. Can't see my Gundam as much, but you all know what the legs of a Zaku look like. And let me know if that camera view is any better for you. Sanding on these older unit parts. Happy I've been getting a lot better at not throwing pieces on my floor lately. For a week I spent like 20 minutes crawling around looking for a part I dropped. It made for probably the entertaining streaming I have ever done. Couldn't see me. All you could do was hear me crawling around and cussing the entire time. Getting that piece all it out. Go like that. And an 11. Go right there. 11 goes side. $11 are in there. Heat it up nicely. Of course, as soon as I say about doing good and not dropping, almost launch one into the nether realm. If I can actually pinch that in. Oh, it looks like a few more people have joined us, or the Twitch app is just being goofy and lying to me. But if you are new, we are working on a master grade Char Zaku II. Got the leg units both built. Now we are working on the chest unit. There we go. Got first part of the shoulder unit done. I've just got to do 2 more of those real quick. Feel free to give me any tips or tricks, or yep, Eevee is the last thing in the chat, so feel free to let me know your favorite Pokemon. We're just chilling out. Can't wait for, whoa, the new Witch from Mercury series to drop. That's going to be Sunday from what I'm being told. I think they're going to be streaming that on Crunchyroll. Definitely going to be getting that subscription again. Don't think I'm allowed to sign up for another week-long free trial. Maybe I'll use a different email account. Maybe I'll use the Twitch email account and try to get another free trial out of them. But anybody else in here? I don't know what you guys have been building. Dynamace been bummed that he can't find any kits yet on his vacation. I would be quite bummed too. Nothing like a little bit of vacay gunpla building. I think I might have to try to figure out a way to get like an entry grade and do a really goofy build stream. Sitting on a beach or something. That could be kind of entertaining. See how many pieces I lose trying to build a gunpla on the beach in the sand. There we go. We've got shoulder joint done. Over to the F-33. F-32. Front chesticle. Cockpit. I don't know if you are still around Dynamace, but do you build and paint your little figures? Or do you just toss them in the cockpit unpainted, or kind of curious what other people do with them? And earlier how I cut it out so I wouldn't. Can't find it. Like I may have failed on my don't lose the char figure. Usually leave them in painted. See, I wish I was good enough to paint them. I tried doing it for my 00, and the poor guy is just a blob of color. You're fading fast. Uh-oh. Get some sleep, man. You've been traveling all day. I've only got 10 or 15 minutes. Oh, you meant unpainted. Okay, whew. Good, you were scaring me. I'm gonna say, oh, if Dynamace is painting them, I can't put an unpainted char in the mobile suit. Yeah, most of the ones that go in the cockpit, I feel like I can leave unpainted. Because I'm the only one that knows that they're in there. And I don't think there's many other Gundam builders who would ever open my cockpit and see an unpainted figure and judge me at all. I think as soon as you've done one, you know how terrible they are to try to paint. That. Now, I have put, or where would I have put that little? There, right before I started the stream. Oh, perfect. There we go. There's my little chars. Yeah, I was watching a one of the gunplay YouTubers paints his figures. They look so incredible. But I think he probably puts 10 hours of painting into each figure because he's shading them and they legit look like ultra miniature Warhammer figures by the time he's done with them. But he also doesn't live stream his builds. So I feel like that makes a bit of a difference in the kind of the level of completion. I know if I didn't ever live stream any of this, I could see myself, you know, taking 3 or 4 hours to do these guys. They would still come out looking absolutely terrible. But I would at least have painted pilot figures. There we are. Perfect. Then adjust the side of it. It should be, I think that's the side that they would fight from. And I think if it's here, that's the getting in and out side, maybe? Not positive. Put him over here into the battle position. Grab my neck piece. I have just instead of cutting out that chest plate, I'm going to pull out my box of Zaku Shame. Chest plate. I could have swore I had that canopy already nipped off in that box, but apparently wrong. I know that these are the exact same piece. Hit it with a little bit of nub removal. Our piece from the Dozelzabi Zaku. I originally built him. I had put on the regular green Zaku waist skirts and shoulder armor. Or not shoulder armor, but I guess like the side of the chest armor. And the front plate armor. I had done all of those with the normal colors. Then I recently went through and pulled all of that off and gave him the full green. Now he's all fancy P-Bandai green everywhere. Entire chest on it. Got the same kind of color match. Built it up and I hadn't even paid attention to a couple of those pieces. Then somebody on Reddit posted it after it was done, and somebody was like, "Oh, why would you do it like that? You've got two of the A runners. Why didn't you make everything match and look the right way?" I went, "Yeah, you're right." Pulled a bunch of pieces back off of him and put it together the full Dozelzabi mode. One of my favorite kits. Have a good stream. Thank you, Dynamace. Get some rest. Have a good time with your sister tomorrow. Hopefully she's got some really fun activities for you guys. And hopefully you can find somewhere and grab a few Pokepla. You and her can build some Eevees and Pikachus and maybe even a Mew or a Mewtwo or something. Oh, I can't blame you, Dynamace. I have fallen asleep many times with people's streams open. But rest is much more important than watching me build Gundam and living vicariously through me. Boom, there we go. Nice chest. More of the waist unit. Let's see. We've got going on right now. Let's see if else is fine right now. I think we'll do a few. I think I'm also getting close to calling it. Oh, one viewer? Oh man. Everybody just leaving me. That's cool. Don't want any company, no waits. Just kidding. I keyed. Yep, I think that's actually a pretty good stopping point for today's stream. We got a chest unit almost totally done. Finished up the legs and the waist unit. So everybody have an awesome evening, and I will catch you guys one day this weekend. I don't know what day it's going to be yet, but it will be at some point weekend. I get a chance to stream again. Have a good night, everybody.